Finally, the time has come. Today we're taking our first look at Disembodied Tyrant on this channel. I've been hyping this band for way too long to not talk about them. Blake Mullens is a scream connoisseur who not only screams but also plays guitar for his band.
How do you do that?
He's known for perfectly blending authentic classical influences with modern deathcore music, and I'm sure that we have lots of fantastic screaming exercises to analyze in this video. Get ready for the Aberrant Waltz. Let's check this out. Okay. Right at the start, Blake hits us with a very specific kind of squeal. It's one that I like to call the L squeal. With this kind of pig squeal, you enunciate an L while doing a pig squeal, like this. The enunciation of the L makes the tongue broader, so this means that you have a bit of overtone suppression. It's not as high and pokey as normal pig squeals, but it makes for a more wet sound. And after the squeal, he hits us with a good old bleh in fry high style, like bleh! Okay. In verse 1, Blake starts out with a variety of fry techniques, and he does it with hard cuts, so it's not a fluid transition between different techniques, but he does it line by line by line. The first line, Pray for My Naivete, is a fry high. Swallowed by Whole Metal Teeth is an upper tongue tunnel fry low. The third line, Left to Rot Force Decay, is a fry high again, but with some tongue engagement, so you have a lower tongue tunnel like Left to Rot Force Decay! And in the fourth line, he goes for a lower tongue tunnel fry low with a squeal bomb at the end. What a monster!
Pray for my naivete! Left to rot, defecting speeds!
Something like that. In the line, Raw Shame Renders Me Blind, he goes for a zombie high, which is a deathcore staple by now. Blind! So for this technique, you open your mouth and you close it very rapidly as you go for a vowel change. You go for I. And at the same time, you have a very high vocal onset as well as a lower tongue tunnel position, like this. And then you engage your fries. Very cool stuff. Let's continue. Okay. In verse 2, Blake shows us what he can do rhythmically. Tonally, this whole verse was just a variation of the techniques that he introduced before. It was mostly upper tongue tunnel fry lows as well as fry highs, with some occasional zombies here and there. But what really shines in this verse is the rhythmic variety. He varies between 16, 8 and quarter notes like a master, leaving him erratic, fast and grounded at the same time. Let's continue. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. We have reached the first slammy / breakdown kind of part here. He starts out in the same pace as the guitar and then goes faster. When we're trying to learn these sort of parts, we usually can't really make out the rhythm from the get-go because it's just way too fast, but check out what I'm doing here. So we put the speed to half and then we play. There's a letter render the gallows, straight back and call. I want to know who did this damn rope be tied round my fucking neck. And now that we figure out the rhythm, we can go.
There's a letter render the gallows, straight back and call. I want to know who did this damn rope be tied round my fucking neck.
And after that part, he goes for a very specific kind of pig squeal that accentuates overtones that aren't as meaty as you would expect from a pig squeal. It's more of a very pokey, thin resonance area. And it makes it sound very disgusting, so that's a plus. Let's continue. Oh, okay. You remember in the beginning of the video I said that he does fast cuts for his technique transitions, huh? Well, would you look at that? In this breakdown part right here, he does a very fluent pitch transition from his fry lows to his fry highs, which again highlights his great technical flexibility.
You know what you must do, you know what you must do, you know what you must do, you know what you must do!
Onto the bridge. I think the best thing about this part was his ability to flex his vowel shapes so that the accentuations of the endings of the lines fall nicely. Check this out. He doesn't say pilot of the feeling corpse. He says pilot of the feeling corpse. Corpse. As if he was spitting out that word, right? And it makes for a great effect.
Pilot of the feeling corpse.
Its bounds are chaining my.
Its bounds are chaining my.
Forced to shoulder all of the ass. It sounds very silly when I do it like this, but as soon as the distortion kicks in,
forced to shoulder all of the ass.
It sounds cool, right? Upper tongue channel lows again.
Yeah. Aberrant Waltz.
I think this bridge right now made it really clear that we have to talk about the enunciation with upper tongue tunnel fry lows, because consonants are tough to get when your tongue is stuck up here like this. For those new to the technique, upper tongue tunnel fry lows are a kind of fry low technique where you have the tongue sticking up against the rooftop of your tongue so that you sound like a seal, like And while this technique gets us a lot more overtones, as well as makes our voice appear less high in pitch, it makes it really hard to enunciate some words because the tip of the tongue is so far away from your teeth and your lips. You know, when you're going like You can do some exercises for this, like this. Sir, 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 tur, tur, tur. But it's still very hard to do at a fast pace, and especially when there is multiple consonants with just very little vowel in between, like this. Aberrant Waltz. Waltz. There's not much time or even space for the tongue to get all up into position, which is why I think we don't hear the upper tongue tunnel as strongly in this part. Yeah. The burdens that come with tongue techniques. Okay, so... In this later bridge part, he goes for an upper tongue tunnel fry low again, but with his mouth a bit more open. And as he transitions into his fry highs, he does some really interesting stuff inside of his soft palate. Let's take a closer look. I think this part really highlights the relationship between distortion and mouth shape or vowel shape, because as he goes through different vowels, you can hear his distortion change at the same time. Will my soul to thee. And also, in the end, for entropy, he goes for yantropy. Yantropy! Which sounds very mean, I think. Let's continue. Okay. Towards the end, Blake gives us some more fast-paced vocals. And now that we know about the difficulties that come with fast enunciation with upper tongue tunnel fry lows, you might be able to imagine just how difficult this sort of stuff is. Okay, this was Disembodied Tyrant and the Aberrant Waltz. What did we learn today? Upper tongue tunnel fry lows, super hard to do, super hard to enunciate with. Compared to his prior releases, I think this was a more mild performance from Blake Mullens, but not in a bad way, more like in a creatively suiting way. Because with this song, it didn't feel like its only goal was to shock you. It felt more melodic and thoughtful, especially with the melancholic outro there. So, first and foremost, great job at serving the song. This was a great display of technical ability, especially in the rhythmic department, I'd say. And yeah, I think that concludes the analysis. What do you think of the song? Please write it down in the comment section below. Follow me on my socials if you want to support me, and we're gonna see each other in the next video, guys. Bye bye.